welcome back to Cowabunga Corner. In this episode, we are talking about the plushies of Ninja Turtles. Yes, there's a whole world of Ninja Turtle plushies out there. There's the ones with the suction cups, there's the big ones and the small ones, and the really super giant ones you could get over at the fairs, but we're talking about the original plushies. These are the ones you wanted to get your hands on. The best size for kids to be able to hug at night in their beds. They were the ones that were carried around the most by fans. And worn out very easily as the belts really do start to wear and tear after a while. And I am a huge fan of the Ninja Turtle plushies. These ones right here in the front are 1988 plushies that were originally bought and owned by Kevin Symbiotta of Palladium Books. And he just sold them to me this last year, and I'm really thrilled. So these are really early editions of the Ninja Turtle plushies, but they're not my first. They're very new to my collection and very dear. So I am going to keep these as mint as possible. They will not be traveling with me to events unless I am doing a display showcase. These were on display at the Michigan Action Figure Expo in May 2012. But other than that, they are normally put away to be kept looking as new and vibrant as they are looking right here, because they are in perfect condition. He really took great care of them. Another one that's kind of new in my collection is this one here, but he's very similar to my original Mikey plush. He is given to me from one of my best friends. Her aunt had this at her house and decided to pass it my direction. So I have this Mikey, which is more the same size and everything as my original Mikey. And you can see he's taller. Not much, but taller than the first edition Mikey. This one is a lot shorter, more stumped down. No neck really, his head's just kind of squished down into him. But he's adorable still. I love them both. They are both from Playmate's Toys. They're both amazing dolls, as most people are still really looking for the Ninja Turtle plushies. None of mine are for sale. I'm still trying to get more. This one here's tag says 1989. So these are the 88 version. This is the 1989 version. Now there's one version in between this version and this version, and that is the ones with the posable metal inside their making. So like this Donnie's leg is bent upward. I can bend it back downward. That is let's see, what year does it say on here? He's a 1988 too. Though you can see there's two different versions of the 1988s. There's the short version here, and then this one is slightly taller. Not much taller, but slightly taller, which makes him stand out. Now there were some of these that came out with bloopers. Yes, blooper plushies. How much do you think you're going to find that? One of the bloopers that I have found and have is my Leonardo. My Leonardo has a D on his belt for Donatello. So, as you can tell, I'm pulling plushies out from all around me over here. I'm kind of stuffed this area for plushies for the full season. And the reason was I knew I was doing this episode, and I was excited about this episode because I do enjoy the Ninja Turtle plushes. My two original plushies are here. I have my Donatello, and I have right here my Michelangelo. These two were given to me for Christmas 1990 and have been a big part of my collection ever since. They've been with me on many trips. They've been with me through conventions. You can see that Mikey's belt is worn out, and he's autographed by Kevin Eastman. But he's one of the main things in my collection that I have kept around me the full time. And I just really appreciate everything in my collection when it comes to turtles. Turtles everywhere. So, these are fantastic toys to get your hands on, and very hard. I know a few years ago, back in 2009, there was a booth at San Diego Comic-Con that was actually selling Ninja Turtle plushes for like $10 a piece or something. I didn't get to see the booth. If I did, I probably would have stocked up on them because they would make wonderful prizes at events or for contests on Cowabunga Corner. Sadly, I had no clue that this booth was there. I just knew that people had turtle plushes. I'm like, huh? And it was such a busy weekend, but that's another story. In the meantime, these are the main story to me right now. Each of the plush turtles have their initials on their belt. They have belts going all the way around. Leonardo and Donatello has the crisscross belts, where you can see it going across their chests, much like the action figures, to hold their weapons better since they have the longer weapons. The initial is actually stitched in there. It's not one of those little glued on pieces of fabric that falls off of some of the cheaper plushes out there. Their armbands and everything are stitched on, but they still like to try and slide off. As you look at some of them, I know Donnie's originally was like down past his thumb. I had to push him up here for the video. And if you look at some of my other ones, they're very loose trying to come off because they have been carried around a lot. So, each of the turtles are also their own shades of green. This was something that was done from time to time with like toys and coloring books, different books and everything, which show that the turtles had different skin colors, but not everything played it off that way, because a lot of times you'll find the turtles look same in skin color. But this has very, very, very different skin tones between each turtle, so you could tell who they were even if their bandanas and stuff fell off. And that's a nice touch. And with the longer ones, I have an easier time trying to get them to stand and stuff, especially if they got like the little metal in them. But I don't normally try to get my plushies to stand. So most of the time they're like sitting in a stack of dolls, and I got those really large Ninja Turtle plushies, and those will be like jammed into a corner with all of the other plushies just kind of pouring out. The ones I get the most requests where people are trying to get the plushes off of me, because yes, people do message me all the time, can you sell me this? And I'm like, no, but almost everyone is after these suction cup turtles. These ones are, I guess, really hard to find. Leo's warned because for a long time he hung up in my bug. If you watch the Fox 2 news clip that is actually very early on here on YouTube, you'll see that I actually have this one in my bug during that clip. They start off on it. They're like, most people would think that a Ninja Turtle and Michele in the window of a car would be good enough, but not for Michele Ivey. And then they go on to my collection. Really good interview, actually. I enjoy that clip. It shows parts of my collection, and it has me confessing that my favorite part is my turtle costume that my dad made. But I don't get to usually go into how much I like the plush dolls, and how much the plush dolls used to be a part of the fandom. I mean, one of the ways that we would say, hey, find me at the convention would be like, I have a Ninja Turtle doll on my belt. You can't miss me. And so my Mikey was carried to many different events back in the early 90s, which is why he was autographed by both Eastman and Laird. The autographs completely wore off, and Kevin re-signed it. But that's because he went to so many different events, meeting so many different fans. So if you see early fan photos of me with internet groups of turtle fans, you'll see that I normally have that Mikey doll with me. And that's because we used them as symbolized of which characters we felt we represented the most. We had other fans that were more into Raph and Leo's, but you'll find that a lot of turtle fans that do go to events may have a turtle plush with them or at their hotel room because the plushies are that popular. And I personally think that they are worth being that popular. In such amazingly good condition. You can read the tags. Product of China, all new materials, contains polyester, fibers, PVC, coated with wire stiffeners, Reg No PA 540, that's the back side, and the front side says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1988, Mirage Studios, Playmates Toys Incorporation, And then it actually gives an address. Wow. But that's pretty cool. And it has the little Playmates logo right there in the corner. But very clear, easy takes to read on these. They're in that good a condition. Most of my other plushies, like this Nani one, has this blue blob right there. I'm not even sure what that is on there. That made it so it's very hard to read. This has more of a Playmate's actual logo on the side, though. But it says about the same thing. I'm sure this one doesn't, because he doesn't have the pulsable wire in him. So, his backside says, product of China, all new material, contents is polyester fibers. So it doesn't have the pulsable even mentioned. But he does have a very convenient hanging string. This little plastic loop at the top, which I believe used to have his tag on him, I've kept it there because every now and then, like hanging in the background or hanging up in my room, if I have a spare hook to hang him on, I'll let this Mikey hang around because he's very cool looking. So, you can see the wear and tear in a lot of my dolls. They have been around quite a bit. As I said, these guys are normally put away, these 4 here. I just got them in November. It's an amazing treat to have them, as I know that our dear friend Kevin has taken amazingly good care, and he is an awesome person. So, have you got your hands on the Ninja Turtle plushies? How many have you got? Which one's your favorite? I could say which one's mine. This one. He's worn, torn, but he's been with me since almost the beginning of my fandom. Only 1 year of being a turtle fan was he not with me, so I've had him over 20 years now. So he's my favorite. So who's yours? Are you looking for the plushies? Where have you looked? Have you actually found them for sale? If you found them for sale, please share with our viewers where you found these for sale, because I know people are constantly asking for Ninja Turtle plush dolls. You know where they are? Let us know. We will share it with the other turtle fans who are searching. We will also like to hear your thoughts on the different versions of the dolls. If you've noticed this before, where they got the pulsable wires in them or no pulsables, what is your thoughts in seeing that? Did you already know about it, or did you just learn about that here? Let us know what you think in a video reply, comment below, or even talk about it on our Facebook page. In the meantime, we are going to bring you in the next episode a very awesome interview. We're going all the way back to the 1980s with Ninja Turtles. We're going to somebody who worked on Turtles before the cartoon was on the air. We are going to Varner Studios, where you get to meet the man who sculpted the very first Ninja Turtle action figure. You get to see what it looked like. Steve Varner from Varner's brought us in. Let us see some of the actual wax and clay sculpts of the Ninja Turtle line, as he has kept them throughout the years. Some of them are broken up, but most of them are in these amazingly good condition. And we're going to be showing as much as we can in one episode to watch for next week, as we bring you more Playmates toys here on Cowabunga Corner.